Hello viewers, welcome to our detailed guide on how to extend your work visa in the UK. If you're currently working in the UK, and your visa is nearing its expiration, you might be considering an extension to continue your employment. This video will provide you with step-by-step instructions, important considerations, and practical tips to navigate the extension process successfully. Whether you're on a skilled worker visa, health and care worker visa, or another type of work permit, we've got you covered. Hence, make sure you watch till the end of the video, so you do not miss out on this very vital information. For those new to the family, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let's get into it. 1.0. Eligibility for visa extension. Before you can apply for a visa extension, it's crucial to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria. The requirements can vary depending on the type of work visa you hold, but there are some common conditions for most work visas. 1.1. Skilled worker visa. If you're a skilled worker visa holder, the following conditions must be met. You should have the same job as when you were given your previous permission to enter or stay in the UK. Your job should be in the same occupation code as when you were given your previous permission to enter or stay in the UK. You must still be working for the employer who gave you your current certificate of sponsorship. It's important to note that if you have been living and working in the UK with permission for 12 months or longer, you'll meet the financial requirement under the skilled worker route and do not need to show funds. 1.2. Health and care worker visa. For health and care worker visa holders, similar conditions apply. You should have the same job as when you were given your previous permission to enter or stay in the UK. Your job should be in the same occupation code as when you were given your previous permission to enter or stay in the UK. You must still be working for the employer who gave you your current certificate of sponsorship. In addition to these, you must still meet the salary requirements. 1.3. Other work permits. For other work permits, the eligibility criteria can vary. For instance, Tier 2 general migrants who were issued a visa after April 6, 2012, will be subject to a maximum stay of 6 years. If you do not obtain indefinite leave to remain, ILR, during this time, you will not be able to extend your stay in this category, and will be expected to serve a 12-month cooling-off period. 1.4. Important considerations. Remember, you must apply for the visa extension before your current visa expires. If your visa expires during your period of employment, it is your responsibility to apply to the UK for an extension, or for indefinite leave to remain, ILR. Also, note that your partner or child's visa will not automatically extend if you extend yours. They can either apply at the same time as you, or at any time before their current visa expires. In the next section, we will discuss the application process in detail. 2.0. Application process overview. The process of extending your work visa in the UK involves several steps. Here's a detailed breakdown. Step 1. Check your eligibility. Before starting the application process, ensure that you meet all the eligibility requirements for extending your work visa. This includes having a job with the same employer, and in the same occupation code as when you were granted your previous permission to enter or stay in the UK. Step 2. Obtain a new certificate of sponsorship. You'll need a new certificate of sponsorship from your employer. This document contains information about your job and your personal details. It's important to note that the certificate of sponsorship must be issued no more than 3 months before you apply. Step 3. Prepare your documents. Gather all the necessary documents for your application. This typically includes your current passport, the new certificate of sponsorship, proof of English language proficiency, and evidence of maintenance funds if required. Step 4. Complete the online application. The application for extending your work visa must be completed online on the official UK government website. Make sure to fill out all the required sections accurately and completely. Step 5. Prove your identity. As part of the application process, you'll need to prove your identity. You can do this either through the UK Immigration ID Check app, where you'll scan your passport and take a photo of yourself, or by providing your biometric information, fingerprints and a photo, at a UK Visa and Citizenship Application Service, UKVCS, Centre. Step 6. Pay the application fee. You'll need to pay the application fee, which varies depending on the length of your extension. The fee can range from £704 to £1,408 per person. You'll also need to pay the Immigration Health Surcharge, which is £624 per year for adults. Step 7. Submit your application. Once you've completed all the steps above, you can submit your application. Remember, you must apply before your current visa expires to maintain your legal status in the UK. In the next section, we'll discuss the required documentation in more detail. 3.0. Required documentation. Gather all necessary documents, including your current passport, certificate of sponsorship, proof of English language proficiency, and evidence of maintenance funds if required. Your employer may also need to provide an updated job description and salary details. 3.1. Application fees and health surcharge. Be prepared to pay the application fees, which vary depending on the length of your extension. For up to 3 years, fees range from £719 per person, and for more than 3 years, fees can be £1,423 per person. Additionally, you'll need to pay the immigration health surcharge, which is £624 per year for adults. 4.0. Processing times. When applying to extend your work visa in the UK, it's important to be aware of the processing time so you can plan accordingly. Here's what you need to know. 4.1. Standard processing times. The standard processing time for most in-country UK visa extensions, including the skilled worker and health and care worker visas, is 8 weeks from the date of application. This is the time it typically takes for the Home Office to make a decision on your application under the standard service. 4.2. Factors affecting processing times. Several factors can affect the processing time of your visa extension application. These include the complexity of your case, the need for additional evidence, the accuracy of the information provided, and whether you need to attend an interview. Additionally, global events such as the war in Ukraine have led to increased demand for visas, which can extend processing times. 4.3. Current trends. As of the latest updates, applications to switch into or extend a skilled worker visa are currently taking, on average, 9 weeks to be decided due to high global demand for visas. It's important to keep in mind that these times are subject to change and can vary based on the volume of applications and other external factors. 4.4. Expedited Services. If you need a faster decision, the Home Office offers priority services at an additional cost. The priority service costs £500 and aims to provide a decision within 5 working days, while the super priority service costs £800 and aims to provide a decision by the next working day. However, availability and eligibility for these services may vary, and not all applicants will qualify for expedited processing. While the standard processing time for a work visa extension is 8 weeks, it's wise to apply as early as possible and consider any factors that might cause delays. If time is of the essence, you may explore the option of priority services for a faster decision. 5.0. Impact on dependents. If you have dependents on your current visa, their status will not automatically extend when you extend yours. They must apply separately, either at the same time as you, or before their current visa expires. 5.1. Planning for settlement. Consider how extending your work visa impacts your long-term plans, especially if you're aiming for indefinite leave to remain, ILR, in the UK. Ensure that your extended stay aligns with the residency requirements for ILR. 5.2. Understanding indefinite leave to remain. ILR grants you the right to live, work, and study in the UK without any immigration restrictions. It is a critical step towards full British citizenship. To qualify for ILR, you generally need to have lived in the UK for a continuous period on a legal visa, which for most work visa holders is 5 years. 5.3. Residency requirements for ILR. The residency requirements for ILR include not spending more than 180 days outside the UK in any 12 months during the qualifying period. This is known as the continuous residence requirement. Any significant absences may disrupt your continuous residence and affect your eligibility for ILR. 5.4. Impact of visa extension on ILR eligibility. Extending your work visa can impact your ILR eligibility timeline. Each extension provides you with additional time to meet the residency requirements. However, it's important to maintain your continuous residence and ensure that your extended stay does not include excessive absences from the UK. 5.5. Planning your extension with ILR in mind. When planning your visa extension, consider the following. Ensure that the job you are extending your visa for is eligible for ILR. Keep detailed records of your absences from the UK to ensure they do not exceed the allowed limit. Be aware of any changes in immigration rules that may affect your eligibility for ILR. If you are close to the 5-year mark, consider whether it's more beneficial to apply for ILR directly instead of extending your work visa. Extending your work visa is a significant decision that should be made with your long-term settlement goals in mind. By understanding the residency requirements for ILR, and planning your extension accordingly, you can ensure that your extended stay in the UK contributes positively to your path towards settlement. Always refer to the official UK government guidelines for the most current information on ILR eligibility, and plan your visa extension with these criteria in mind. Extending your work visa in the UK is a critical step in continuing your career and life in the country. By understanding the eligibility criteria, preparing your application carefully, and considering the long-term implications, you can navigate the process with confidence. Remember to consult the official UK government website for the most up-to-date information, and consider seeking professional advice if needed. Not so fast though. Did you like the video? Do you have friends and family that need to know about these details to make their move to the UK a success? Then make sure you share, and share. Many of you only watch my videos, but haven't subscribed. Why not? Please subscribe today, and turn on the notification button so that you'll be the first to be notified when I drop more of this content. For those that want to support the channel, my PayPal link is in the description of the video. Otherwise, have a good start to the year. Shalom.